Greetings, chefs, and welcome back to the kitchen for another Genshin Impact Genius Invocation video. Today we'll be going over the 4.8 balance changes only since there are so many. Strap in, this is going to be a long one. Leave a like and subscribe, as these custom graphics, which you can find posted on Twitter, Reddit, and the GITCG Discord, take a lot of effort. Also, a heads up, videos will be slow as I'll be busy for the next 3 weeks, but follow me on Twitter to stay updated. I will release a new cards video once the new information is out, and I'll stream once the patch drops. With that all the way, on to the video. Starting us off with the most exciting balance changes of this patch, the Consecrated Scorpion and Flying Serpent have received some changes. The Bonecruncher energy block, which is generated by their skills, no longer will give them 1 energy. Additionally, the Flying Serpent description has been changed to deal 3 anima damage and draw only 1 card. It used to be able to draw multiple Bonecrunchers. And if you thought that the Consecrated Beasts were the only one taking a hit from the Conwheel deck, don't you worry. The All-Devouring Narwhal's elemental skill Starfall Shower has a modified description. As usual, it will deal 1 Hydro damage, and this character deals +1 damage for every 3 extra match HP provided by Insatiable Appetite. But the maximum has been decreased from max +5 to max +4. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the dreaded 90% ban rate Conwheel deck is officially out of the game. But not to worry, folks, the meta relevant changes don't stop there. We have 3 very important action cards that are finally receiving some changes. The Lumenstone Adjuvant is being changed from 2 aligned dice into 3 of any unaligned dice. This is super important because it disables a lot of setups that require Lumenstone to feed them more cards and dice. Many of the ramp 8 strategies and draw strategies are going to be destroyed as a result of this. When it comes to artifacts, the Lyresong card will be receiving a change. You will spend 1 less elemental die when using Lyresong, but if you have not played any other action cards before playing this card, instead you will spend 2 less elemental dice. Basically, this is the same condition as Kusava, where you can make sure you have a discount at the start of the turn, but you need to make sure you don't play any action cards. This ruins a lot of strategies like Boar Princess, but also scooping up artifacts like 0 cost, like Heart of Kaveh and Veteran's Vicious at 2 cost, and then putting on a different artifact and then destroying it with another one. A pretty insane change, all things considered, but completely reasonable as magic has been quite dominant for a long time. Last but not least in the trio, we have everyone's most divisive card to date. That's right, folks, the Underwater Treasure Hunt again. Each character can receive healing from this effect only once per round. That's right, no more auto comboing with treasure. You can just heal once and that's it. But if you thought I was done speaking about meta relevant changes, more cards from 4.7 have also changed as well. Starting off with Yunjin, the Flying Cloud Flag Formation status given from her skill no longer gives +1 damage on normal attacks. Additionally, her talent card Decorous Harmony has had a change. There's a lot of text here and you can read it for yourself, but essentially what it means is that you will no longer trigger the second effect with a prepared skill. If you don't know, Neuvillette had an interaction with Yunjin where he would benefit from the first hit with the +2 damage. However, his follow-up attack would also benefit from the +2 damage, and this wording simply makes it so that it no longer happens. But Yunjin isn't the only one losing damage. On the side of Kaveh, welcome back by the way, his burst scan will remove the +1 damage on top of the card cost. So when burst scan is triggered, it'll only be the base value of your card. While it may be jarring to see these changes happen so fast, it is ultimately for the greater good because a lot of these cards experimented with cool mechanics but were slightly overtuned, and now they're being put more in line with the other characters. And don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. We do have some very interesting changes coming up next. First off with Lisa, her Elemental Burst Lightning Rose will attach Conductive to the opponent's active character. This is really nice as not being able to attach Conductive to your opponent is very unconducive to your playstyle as Lisa functions around it. Zhongli's talent card Dominance of Earth receives a change. When Zhongli is at least 7 HP, your damage dealt by Zhongli and the geo damage from your summons is +1. This will be very useful, especially with other changes that we'll see with other character cards who have geo construct. Moving on to a surprising change, Mirror Maiden has received a kit rework. The combat status Refraction, which you don't know is from her elemental skill, the old version used to make a character who is attached to play +1 Hydro damage. But now it has been swapped with her original talent card description. When switching to another character, the elemental dice cost is +1. And because of these changes, of course, her talent card Mirror Cage has received a change in kind. The old version, when switching to another character, elemental dice cost +1 will now take on the role of hydro debuffing, with the character to which this is attached to takes +1 hydro damage. While we've all well known Mirror Maiden for her hydro debuffing capabilities, of course her best partner Oceanid has also received changes in the past, so making it so that she can actually debuff dice switching is quite interesting. I do wonder if any floodgate decks will come as a result of the Mirror Maiden. While Mirror Maiden may seem like a drastic change, not to worry, the next 3 characters have received complete kit reworks. Our beloved king of Invocation Cyno has received a ton of changes to make him more aggressive. The passive Lawful Enforcer, the Paxorn Class Clear, if indwelling level is at least 8, decrease the indwelling level by 6. So not only does Cyno get 2 stacks, but he also has a maximum of 8 indwelling level now. The elemental skill, Secret Rite Charismatic Soulfarer, adds the effect Paxorn Class Clear's indwelling level +1. So every time you use an elemental skill, you'll be able to increase your indwelling level by 1. The talent card Featherfall Judgment has a new effect to compensate for the damage. When using the skill, while having at least 2 levels of the Paxorn Class Clear indwelling effect, deal +2 damage and only once per round. These changes make Cyno not only incredibly aggressive, but also give him full control on when he wants to unleash his damage. Cyno effectively, between every 2 turns, can go super mode and have +2 damage. Not only that, but he can also maintain this damage time for much longer since his indwelling level has been increased to 8, so as long as you manage your skills effectively, Cyno will be a force to be reckoned with a 4 damage normal and a 5 damage skill. Cyno won't be the only character who's going to be having a change to their core passive. Let's take a look at Kazuha. To compensate for these changes, the elemental skill and elemental burst Chihabaru and Kazuha Slash will be changed from 3 to 1 damage. The core passive of Kazuha, Medare Ranzan, will see these changes. The next time you use switch character with Medare Ranzan attached, this will be considered a fast action. Before you choose an action, if Medare Ranzan is attached to your active character, immediately use a normal attack. The physical damage is converted to animo damage, and once finalized, this effect is removed. So we all know in the main game that Kazuha loves to plunge attack, and now the new passive of Medare Ranzan is going to enable this playstyle. Not only is this an on-demand fast swap for 3 damage, but it also is guaranteed to be animo damage. Not only is Kazuha going to maintain the ability to swap your characters without costing dice, but also jump back in immediately with his own damage. This is an incredibly strong change, making it so that not only will Kazuha swirl elements, but also be able to swap back in with on-demand 3 damage. If you thought Kazuha fast swaps were crazy, get ready for the true Zero to Hero story. Let's talk about Albedo. Albedo's elemental skill, the Solar Isotoma, has been changed to when you perform switch characters and this summon is on the field, the switch is considered a fast action. That's right, folks. Albedo, as long as the summon is on field, is going to have a built-in Catherine. This built-in fast swap makes Albedo more aggressive than Mona so long as the summon is on field. The talent card Descent of Divinity has received some changes in kind. You will no longer get +1 damage on your plunging attacks, but your character's plunging attacks will cost 1 less aligned element. You won't get +1 damage on your plunging attacks anymore, but your character's plunging attacks will cost 1 less unaligned element. All of these changes are set up for Navia. However, Albedo becoming more aggressive than Mona can enable some insane strategies down the line. I'm super excited to see what players are going to be able to cook with our favorite alchemist. After all of these insane character kit reworks, we have some small changes to action cards. The dice cost for Kusava is going from 0 to 1. Done Winery as a refresher, swapping characters will cost 1 less dice, but now it can trigger twice per round. The Falls and Fortune cards dice cost will go from 1 to 0. Like Mirror Maiden, I wonder if they're going to try and push some floodgate strategies. And that's the end of our 4.8 balance changes. While I may have talked fast, the sheer quantity of changes have completely shaken up the meta. Pawn Whale is dead. Yunjin and Kaveh will have to play with less damage. Lumenstone costing more gets rid of the hyper draw turn 1 strategies, which were so prevalent in the past few patches, and especially during 4.7. Lyresong changes throw a massive wrench into the order of operations in which you play your cards to gain more dice, such as Boar Princess. Treasure can no longer spam healing. And to supplement it all, many characters got more aggressive playstyles through damage or fast swaps. This is an incredible balance patch, and I can't wait to see what comes up of them when the new cards drop. I'll make a video reviewing the new 4.8 cards such as Chevruse and Navia once the patch is officially dropped, as we need more information. If you want to see me test all the new cards, you'll see me here live on stream. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time for the next dish.